Your indoor and outdoor environment play a huge role in children's emotional regulation. Here, Vicky talks about how they plan their environment to support this.
So thinking about the environment now, what do you do in your environment, both indoors and outdoors, to support emotional regulation in those younger children?
I think that when children walk into the setting, it's really important that they see familiarity. So having the areas or the zones of interest set up in the same place every day it just gives them that consistency. They know what's coming, they know what to expect, and more importantly, they can just come in and find their favourite activity. We do add different resources to the environment now and then, but the basic setup is always the same, and that's the same in the garden. So if you've got a child who always loves playing with the big blocks in the garden, they can go straight out to play, find them, and feel confident that they know exactly what they're doing when. I think also we've got quite a large learning environment. It's a very high voltage ceiling. Having everything down on the children's level and quite a calm colour palette, it means it's not so overwhelming for the children. And I sometimes feel a little bit like if you've got lots of things suspended from the ceiling or hanging and there isn't a purpose behind it, maybe sometimes that can feel a little bit enclosed for a child. If you can get down on their level, look around and see what they're seeing through their eyes, it often gives you just a different perspective on, do we need that resource there? Do we need to have a big poster on the map of the world or something that is a little bit of a distraction and sometimes a little bit overwhelming for children? So consistency, a calm colour palette, and then familiarity, and making sure the children can see what it is they want to play with. And then even if it's maybe they rely on the same things all the time, but that's okay for their settling in bit first thing in the morning. You as a practitioner can support them on finding other interests later.
Vicky talks about consistency. So continuous provision needs to be reliable in the same place and easily accessible for all the children, like this cot on its side, so a baby can crawl into it independently. A calm colour palette, including calm sounds and smells like lavender. Because a visually busy, noisy environment can create sensory overload for adults and children. And of course, as noted by early education, the outdoors is a wonderfully sensory place for a baby throughout the year, with lots of sensations for the baby and the body, things to notice, watch and reach for, objects and materials to touch, feel and handle, sounds both near and far to listen to, and interesting places to be in with an attentive and responsive adult. Stimulation from both the natural world and the world of humans provides multi-layered information about what is in the world, what it does and how it all behaves, and helps the baby to find out about themselves as they develop and grow. Your routines also support the children to regulate their emotions. When Vicky was asked about her daily routine, she said it was very simple but consistent. Each day followed the same pattern so that the children could feel secure in knowing what was going to come next. And for any children that needed more support, Vicky said that they show a photo of what is about to come next using a visual timetable. So having a simple routine is reassuring for the young children and something else for them to rely on. Some other top tips include using visual timetables with photos of your environment instead of online pictures. Now and next boards for individual children who are highly dysregulated. And avoid having a staff napper changing routine. It is much better for children to be changed with their key person if possible. So in summary, to support your 2-year-old children with their emotional regulation, consider how your staff, your environment and your routines are predictable, reliable, regulated and connected.